Hi, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Ward, and I'm very excited to be with you again to do another story. Our story today that I want to read to you is called Not Quite Narwhal by Jessica Sima. And the pictures in this book are so cute. So we're going to just have the camera look right at the pictures right down here so that you can see the pictures really well. Not Quite Narwhal. Kelp was born deep in the ocean. He knew early on that he was different from the other narwhals. His tusk wasn't as long as everyone else's. He had different tastes in food, and he wasn't a very good swimmer. But his friends didn't seem to mind, so Kelp decided he wouldn't either. That is, until he was swept away by a strong current. I wish I were a better swimmer. Kelp found himself on the surface, closer to land than he'd ever been before. High up on a cliff, he spotted a mysterious, sparkling creature. It looked so familiar. It looked like Kelp. Kelp swam toward land as fast as he could, which wasn't very fast at all, hoping that he could catch up with the creature that looked just like him. When he finally reached the shore, Kelp felt a little bit anxious. He had never left the ocean. He was nervous about walking for the first time, but the land creatures seemed to make it look easy. It wasn't. Oof! Ow! Eventually, he got the hang of it. Everything on land was strange and beautiful, but also kind of scary. Kelp began to think he might never find the creature that looked just like him. But as he stumbled out of the forest... Land narwhals! Actually, we're unicorns, and by the looks of it, so are you. Kelp had never heard of unicorns before. They taught him all sorts of new things about his tusk. We call them horns. Wow! They introduced him to unicorn delicacies, like the unicone, and they showed him how to gallop. There was no doubt that Kelp was, in fact, a unicorn. He was having so much fun that he didn't want to leave. But then he remembered all of his friends under the sea. Kelp missed them terribly, so he said goodbye to the unicorns and returned to the ocean. Come back soon! Kelp swam toward home as fast as he could, which wasn't very fast at all, hoping that the narwhals would still like him now that he was a unicorn. When he finally arrived, Kelp had butterflies in his stomach. Kelp, welcome home! Kelp took a deep breath and told his friends the news. It turns out I am not a narwhal. Of course you aren't. I'm a unicorn. We all knew that. They took it quite well. Kelp was happy to be home, but now that he'd experienced life on land with the unicorns, he couldn't seem to forget them. Did he want to be a land narwhal with the unicorns, or a sea unicorn with the narwhals? Kelp couldn't decide. But then he realized that maybe, just maybe, he didn't have to choose. The end. Oh, this is funny. He meets a rhino, and the rhino says, I'm a unicorn. The end. Oh, let me take those off. Boys and girls, it was fun to read a story to you again, and I miss you so much. I'm wondering if you guys you hear all my dogs barking outside. They're very noisy. I'm wondering if you guys have done something fun over the past few days, or if you do something fun, or you make something cool, or you're just having a good time. Maybe you could take a picture of it and send it to me or Mrs. Retzlaff, Mrs. Sinner, and then we could share with you some of the fun things that you're doing. We miss you so much. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.